Maddie. Welcome. It is January 10th. We are already 10 days into the new year. Crazy. And I hope that you guys are still freaking feeling the fire that you felt on day one, because I am, and I hope that I hope that I'm shining bright enough to shine even more on you guys, because I am feeling so good, and I want you guys to feel so good and just freaking crush it and know what you want and freaking go after it. So this year is going to be, it's going to be our year. Like, I know that sounds so cliche, but no, for real, like we're about to blow some shit up. Like, Team Excelsior, going to the fucking top. We're getting recognized at Summit. Like, we're doing the damn thing. We're doing it. We're going ham. We're running. Our asses are on fire, and we're changing lives, and I'm just so excited. So Sam's like, the fuck? No, for real. I love you guys, and I'm so proud of just like seeing all of you crush your own journeys. First of all, I am like, every time I go on Instagram and I guess first of all, like the first thing I see is like 10 of all of you guys, and seeing all of your faces up there with your stories makes me like so freaking proud. And seeing your own transformations in your personal journey, shout out to like every damn one of you, because looking at Sam right now, like I look at you now and I look at where you were like 6 months ago, and like, yo, that's not even the same person. Not even the same person. And that's how I feel. Like, I wish Jess and Gracie, I'm sure they'll jump on, but like seriously, y'all are freaking killing it, and I'm so proud of you. So we are going to jump right in. First of all, I am going to share my screen real quick. And okay, computer's being so slow. I had it pulled up, but talk about Success Clubs. So I just had our Coach Basics, and I know it was kind of last minute, but I was just thinking like there's so many new coaches. I want us to like get on the roll, because next week I am going to be doing an Emerald training. So make sure if you have a new coach that I will post the recording tonight. As soon as it's uploaded, I will post a recording of the Coach Basics. Make sure that they watch that, so that next week when the Emerald training comes around, they are ready and rocking to go, and get their asses on there. So okay, this month so far, this is from Monday or Tuesday is when it was like last updated. So if you have gotten more Success Club points since then, post it in the chat, shout yourself out. But as of right now, I know that I'm at 10. So like I said, it's not updated yet, so post in the chat, and I will shout you out. So last on, as far as Tuesday, Sam was at 4, so that means she's changed 2 lives, and I just went over this in Coach Basics. So Success Club is just a recognition of how many lives you're changing. So every 2 points means that you've changed 1 life. So shout out to Alicia, shout out to Jessica, shout out to Gracie, Hope, and Allie for all changing 1 life, and extra special shout out to Hope and Allie for signing up their Controlled Business Center. So they are halfway to Emerald. They just need to find that one other person to get going on this business with them. So stop sharing. Did anybody post in the chat? Let me pull it up real quick. That's a life a day, Matt. Wait. Life a day. Yo. Well, it's every other day, because it's 2 points for 1 life. But that's I was like that's pretty solid though. No, every week I have been saying like I want to go to bed and change a life. So even if I don't necessarily sell a challenge pack, like I want to go to sleep knowing that I impacted somebody's life. So make that your freaking goal, because you're so capable of it. Even if you just brighten somebody's day, like go to bed being so proud of the work that you put in, and knowing that you gave it your all and you showed up for yourself, and you were able to show up for yourself so much that you poured into others. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking, because I want to hand the freaking mic over to Brandy. But little backstory, Brandy and I did not even like meet until last week, 2 weeks ago. But as soon as we did, she's one of Ashley's new coaches. She just hit Diamond today, so shout out to her. A huge accomplishment. And sure, she's going to tell us a little bit more about her story. But we just connected a week or 2 ago and realized that we're pretty freaking similar, like soul sisters for sure. So I'm so excited to have her on our call tonight because, like I said, she just hit diamond. She's only been in this business for a couple of months, and I just want you to see the work ethic and the fire that's in her and just that belief. So that is what she is going to talk on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and give it over to you, girlfriend.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. I've never talked on a team call except for in Team Elevate, like briefly. So this is exciting for me. I wrote down some notes. So first I'll kind of just tell you like my story, like how I became a coach and kind of leading up to this point, like where I've been. So I started using Beachbody in April. I did 80-day obsession and I loved it. So I decided to start coaching in July. And I was signed up with a coach at the time who was in Ashley's downline. And I resonated with her story initially. She talked a lot about like body positivity and I liked that. But as time kind of went on, I wasn't really getting much direction from her at all. And it kind of seemed like, I don't know, she would come on social media and say stuff like, fuck, I just ate 3 pieces of pizza. Like, I'm a piece of shit. And like talk about like how drunk she would get on the weekends and stuff. And that was like concerning to me. And I feel like honestly that, like looking to her as a leader slowed me from really starting to propel my business forward. So like the first 3 months of my coaching journey, I didn't really do much. I was changing like 1 life a month, barely. And eventually she ended up quitting. And so then Ashley became my coach and she really started to just make me believe in myself and help me see like what I was capable of. And before that, like I had kind of just been telling people like, I'm trying this thing out. I'm, going to see how it goes. And that also contributed to my kind of complacency with it. I was just trying it out. I wasn't actually doing it. So when Ashley became my coach, it kind of changed the game. And in this business, we're encouraged to set like really big goals. And sometimes like that's scary. I know it was for me. But I definitely believe that like setting big goals is the key to success. Like immediately when Ashley became my coach, she asked me like, what is your diamond goal date? And I was like, I don't even have a diamond goal date. Like I was at Emerald, but I wasn't even close to diamond. So just on the fly, I was like, December 1st. And so I just started working toward it. But I didn't really have like a set plan in place to get there. I kept setting these goals and like, oh, hit Success Club by this date, but I wasn't really having anything to get me there. And that was like, it was tough because then when you don't hit the goal by that date, you like, I don't know, I would beat myself up and feel discouraged and disappointed in myself. So like there were multiple times where I came really close to hitting diamond, but like a coach would go inactive and I would blame myself for that. Like, oh, I should have worked harder or whatever. And honestly, like it was just recently that I shifted my mindset around that. We had a top coach, Meg Kozlowski, come on Team Elevate and do a live talk. And she said something, let go of what didn't happen. Like, you can set these big goals and just be okay if it doesn't happen. Like, it's kind of cliche, like, oh, shoot for the moon and if you miss, you'll like land among the stars. But it's true. Like, you at least are, getting closer and closer to those goals. So I had to kind of forgive myself for not hitting those goals and just set new goals and move toward those. But I realized like not having a system in place to do that was one part of what was causing me not to hit the goals. So I had to really like buckle down and be like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it right. And really all that meant for me was doing the vitals every day. I wasn't doing the vitals before. Like I wasn't listening to personal development every day. I wasn't inviting every day. When I would invite, I would send like 15 to 30 invites. 30 on like a good session, I would consider that like, oh yeah, I did my invites today. But I knew I needed to just really, really step that up and hustle. And I think Hustle is kind of an interesting concept. Like, you can, work really hard and spend all this time doing something, but are you really seeing any results from the hustle? I was listening to the Goal Digger podcast. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to that, but Jenna Kutcher is awesome. It's kind of like personal development mixed with professional development, and I love that. But she looks at hustle as kind of like a dirty word, because it describes like spending a lot of time doing something, but it doesn't describe the systems that have to be in place in order for you to actually succeed. Like, how far are you actually getting with your hustling? So I took that to heart, and I was like, okay, I love the word hustle because it kind of makes me feel like a G, like, I don't know, I'm hustling. So I like it still, but you have to have those systems in place to actually make your goals happen. So when I set my diamond goal date for December 1st, I didn't hit it. Kept getting super, super close, but I've just been working toward it ever since. And finally today, I hit it. And I think it had a lot to do with like forgiving myself for not hitting it, and then just doing the vitals over and over and over again. I woke up today a diamond. That was so cool. So now it's like, going forward, I got to keep going. Like, I've heard a lot of people say when they hit diamond, like they kind of took their foot off the gas, and like, it's the escalator analogy. You just kind of keep falling further down, and I am determined to not let that happen. So it was funny the other day, when Ashley posted like something like, what is your goal, your star goal by summit? I put 2-star. And I was like comfortable with that. And Maddie comes in and she's like, I think you could do 5-star. And I was like, fuck, okay. I think I can, because I've seen people hit 5-star within their 1 year. Like, it's happening all around us. Any of you can do it too. It's just a matter of like literally setting specific goals for each star diamond rank that you want to hit. So I broke it down into like, week by week, what do I need to be doing to hit 5-star by July 11th when we leave to go to Summit? So it's basically like, I'm at diamond right now. There are 26 weeks until Summit. So I need to be 1-star by February 28th, 2-star by March 28th, 3-star by May 30th, 4-star by June 20th, and 5-star by July 11th. Like, and I'm going to go in and like figure out, how many success club points do I need to really get there. But that is what contributes to our success, having a system in place to get us to our goals. I spent way too long just throwing a goal out there and not getting anywhere because I wasn't actually putting numbers behind it and doing anything about it. So that's like a big deal. And so basically, like, I kind of just wanted to go over like what my day looks like. I basically, in order to do my vitals, I wake up in the morning at 6 or 6:30, which is not comfortable for me. I like to stay up late and sleep in, but I know if I want to hit these goals, I need to do it. So I do that. I chug my pre-workout and work out. I then like check my messages and respond to any messages that I've gotten from the night before. I send some invites, like I'll usually send around 15 invites in the morning, just to any new followers. And I, there are kind of two ways to do it. Like, some people like to send a connection before an invite. And I've noticed that has just been like kind of slower to start for me. Like, I get more people interested in what I'm doing if I throw out there like what I have to offer at first, except for if I want them to be a coach of mine one day, then I'll build that relationship and, tell them what I like about their page or whatever. And then I listen to PD while I'm getting ready and while I'm driving. And I work partly at home. I didn't even say like what I do for a living. I'm a social media marketing consultant and a freelance journalist. So I work for myself and I work mostly from home, except for when I go into a client's office. I'm in my client's office right now. They let me stay so I could have good internet. But I I work kind of like random hours. I set my own schedule and everything. So, but actually my client asked me if I can start coming in to the office more. So I'm going to be like even busier now. So it really like mattered to me to have these systems in place going into this year. But so I'll like do my work from my regular job. And then when I go home, well, like during little breaks and stuff that I get, I'll check my messages and maybe do some recognition or like repost something that, yeah, pockets of time for sure. They really, really matter when you have a job. I work like anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day for my day job. And honestly, I work my coaching business probably like 4 to 6 hours a day. So I'm working really long days, but you got to do it. Like you have to, otherwise nothing's going to happen. So then after work, I send more invites, respond to more messages, and maybe listen to some more PD if I'm feeling like it. And then I go to bed. And that's really all there is to it. Like, I don't do anything special besides the vitals. I think it's like the perfect system put in place for us to succeed. And that's literally why so many people are successful in this business, because our company gives us those tools and the guidelines to succeed. So that's basically all I have for you.
I like, honestly, that was so good for a lot, because so many of the girls on here are new coaches, and for coaches who have been in this business for a while, like, we overcomplicate it so much, and it's so freaking simple. Show up for yourself, do your personal development, be proof of the product, and freaking invite people along this journey with you. Like, that's what we do every day. And that's what I have been, hang on one second, Sam. Like, that's the same thing these past few weeks where I've literally had my biggest paychecks. Like, I'm changing more lives. Like, I'm just feeling like our team is like pushing forward. Like, all I've done is the vitals. I haven't done anything extravagant. I haven't done anything new. It's just freaking doing the vitals every single day and creating that discipline and doing it when you don't want to.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So go ahead, Sam.
No, I just wanted to say that it was awesome to hear, like, as a coach that's been doing, I'm coming up on my year this spring. So it's awesome to hear that someone is doing the same things as you, because honestly, I lately have been overthinking my invite process and whether or not I should really build those connections, who I should be building connections with. Should I invite my new followers? Like, what should I do? So it's like nice to hear that your whole thought process about like, okay, it honestly benefits me more to just tell them what I have to offer. And I guess my question is for you, for your like new followers, how do you, because I'm like icky about cold messaging. I do it because that's what's been working for me, but I don't necessarily like it. So I guess what does your invite look like for a new follower that you have?
I'll put it in the chat.
And thank you.
Like, hi, thanks so much for either following me or, or showing love on my picture. I hope it's okay that I message you. I have a few spots left in my boot camp this month. And I wanted to see if you'd be down to snag one. 20-minute workouts, an aligned nutrition plan, and my accountability and support in reaching your goals. And then I say, like, would you be down to see if it's a good fit for you? Or I say, like, totally cool. If not, I just know how much it's changed my life, so I have to pay that forward.
Awesome.
Guys, it's so funny. Like, like just hearing this from a new coach, like I've been in this forever, and there's been periods of time in my business where like I overthought things so much that I didn't send the invite at all because I was like, oh, this doesn't sound good, like this doesn't sound right, like, and you look at what successful coaches are sending and you're like, that's the exact message that I have in my fucking scripts, like, send the message. It does not matter what the fucking invite says, as long as you're speaking with passion, you're showing up every single day, and you're just in love with your journey, people are going to feel that. It doesn't matter what the wording is. You could say it a million fucking different ways and it wouldn't matter because the right person is going to want to join your journey. That's it. That's it. Show up for yourself, invite people. It doesn't matter how you word it. Like, there is like better ways, but just get it out there. If you're getting it out there, you're going to change a life. The people that are wanting to do this with you are going to do it with you. One thing I wanted to like mention, I love that you said throw out there what you have to offer, because I see coaches in this business that are working the business, but they're not ever telling people what they have to offer. They're just like being on their journey, sharing a sweaty selfie, but they're never telling people that they have something to help others with. They have something to help that person that is watching them every single day. And you have to let people know that, otherwise they're going to go somewhere else. And this is, I think like Liv posted something about this today. She had somebody, like join another coach or whatever. If you don't put that invite out there, they're going to go somewhere else. I had a girl today that I saw signed up with like Arborn or whatever, and you know what, like I've invited her pretty much every month, but I hadn't invited her yet this month. That's on me. So you know what, get it out there. Last thing I want to say about that, you mentioned like how many hours you're working, and I love to hear that, because you have to align how many hours you're working with your goals. If you want to just get your own products paid for, and like you're cool with just helping like 3 people a month, you're gonna work maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. That's what's gonna align with your goal. If you want to build a 6-figure business, guys, ask yourself this question: how much are you making at your day job right now? Put in the chat like how much you make at your day job. Throw it out there. I don't have a day job, so sorry, I can't participate. 35,000. I want to see what you guys have, because I promise it's gonna make a point. $46 an hour. That's a solid amount of money, but you can you can still make more with this. 35,000 a year. Yeah, so that seems to be like the common thing. Guys, how many hours are you putting in at that job a day? How many hours are you working a week? How many hours are you working to make that amount of money? Like 40 hours a week? Abby, I want to hear your number. Hope said 12. She said 40 a week. Or did you post? Abby said too many hours. Yeah, for real. Guys, if you're making $35,000 a year and you're working 40 hours, how much do you think it's going to take to build a 6-figure business? If you want to make 6 figures in a year, how hard are you going to work? Are you going to work as hard for your goals as you are as the person you're working for right now? Or are you going to be like, I think I can do it in an hour? I'm sorry, but you ain't going to do it. It's going to take forever if that's all you want to spend. If you want to build a 6-figure business, if you want to build freedom, if you want to travel the world, if you want to quit your job, like, you best be putting in the work, because you're spending 40 hours at a job that you hate, and you're only making $35,000. Now, granted, we're fucking lucky because we have an incredible opportunity where we can give ourselves a raise in a week. I gave myself like a 300% raise within a week, within 1 week, because I put in the work. That's what it comes down to. Put in the work. Do your goals align with how many hours you're willing to work. Okay, we have like 10 minutes left. Is there any other questions? I want to hear from you guys, because I just feel like that was so on point to what we needed to hear from Brandy. You can unmute yourself, or you can just post it in the chat. Allie or Danny, or Hope, do you guys like have any questions, since she's like a newer coach, like as to what she did to get there and start creating this like freedom for herself? Literally anything. Anything.
I'll ask a question. I'm full of questions. Sorry. I just like hearing from other people. How do you deal, I think it's good for new coaches to hear this too. How do you deal with rejection or no's or just rude people?
Yeah, at the beginning, it honestly did affect me. Like, I took it personally. It's like, why no? Why not? Is there something wrong with me? But now I'm just like, okay. Sometimes I'll ask them like if they're already in a routine, or like what their routine looks like, or if they say, oh, no, I already have like a gym membership and I go 5 times a week or whatever, I'll just be like, oh, nice. Like, what does your routine look like? Or like, if they just say, no, thanks. Sometimes, I don't know, I'd like to just see the vibe. Like, if I think, this person's not really worth spending my time on, to kind of keep inviting, I'll just be like, okay, thanks. Hope you have a great day. Or like if I think that, they'd be really good at coaching one day or something, I'd be like, okay, like, thanks for letting me know. And then I'll send them an invite a month later to a coach sneak peek or whatever. But one thing that does stick with me is like realizing that people often do take a while to come around to a yes. Like, coaches will often say go for no. So no is not a no forever. And I try to look at it like that, but sometimes you just, I don't know, you can just tell like, okay, this person's not, they're not going to be into it. They already have, their super strong thing going, or they're not going to be a good challenger. They're, they're not motivated or whatever. So I just kind of take it person by person. But I don't let that shit affect me at all anymore, because I know that there are people out there who need what I have to offer, just how I needed it and just how every other one of my clients needs it. So it's definitely not a personal thing anymore. It's like, just move on to the next. Yeah, that's how I deal with it.
Yes, that was everything I needed to hear. And I heard something, I don't know where I heard this, but it was like, why would you take something personally that from a person you don't know personally? Like, like, literally, like, why? And yes, I said that, I don't know, where did I say that today? I wrote that somewhere. Literally, go for no. Maybe I said it to a person in a message. I don't remember. Anyways, if you haven't read that book, it's amazing. Seriously, the people with the most no's are going to get the most yeses. The more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. And that sounds like you're like, that sounds icky. Like, I don't want to just have a bunch of people tell me no. But guys, every no is just a little water that you just planted on that seed. Like, every single time. And I loved what you said, like, oh, I'll just send another one in a month. You never freaking know when somebody's routine, or they can be dead set into keto or whatever their routine is. A lot of those things, guys, are not sustainable, and that's why we have jobs. Legitimately, I had a whole conversation with a girl yesterday, because what we do is sustainable long-term for life. And people are so, in the culture that we live in a diet culture. We live in I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. And then a week later, they're like, shit, I can't make time for it. I can't fit it in my schedule. That's why we have jobs. That's why Beachbody is so incredible, because they hit fucking everything a person needs. They hit the nutrition. They hit the accountability. They hit the workouts that we can do from literally anywhere. We have something incredible to offer people, and you just have to put it out there. And one thing I wanted to like ask from Brandy is action. Like, just hearing what you have to say about just taking action and it not being perfect, because I think so many people wait and try and plan and just like do all of this planning and like, I'm going to get this for, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to wait till next week to start this, to start inviting, to do whatever. I want you to say a couple words on that.
Do it right now. If you have fear about anything, do it right this second, like on this call. For whatever you have fear about doing, just take action on it. I heard yesterday or the day before, like, action replaces fear. Action and inactivity breeds fear. Before this call, like, I get anxious, talking to people and stuff like that. So I'm sitting here like going over my notes and like getting all worked up, and it's like eventually there's going to come a point where I just have to open my mouth and start speaking, and then I'm not afraid anymore right now to talk to you guys, like, at all. And I'm going to be less afraid next time that I go to do this. So it's just a matter of freaking doing it. 1, 2, 3, go. Just do it, and do it over and over and over again, because it gets easier. Like, you might be afraid now at first, but it gets so much easier. I can send like 50 invites in an hour. Just boom, just do it.
The more you do it, the more confident you become in something. And that's just like, if you're nervous about anything, if you go read something on it, you're going to become more confident in it. If you're nervous about something and you just take that action, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5-second rule, everything in your life. 5-second rule needs to be applied to everything. Everything. I was going to say something else, but I don't really remember. Yes, take action. Do it now. Do it. Like, I always think of Liv, because this is something that really helped her, but she always says, what would you do if you weren't afraid? What would you do if you weren't scared? Every time I second guess if I'm going to send an invite, I hit send, because I never know if that person on the other side of the phone needs it right then. You never know. At least if you put it out there, the ball is in their court and it's up to them. You put it out there. This is something I've been trying. We have 3 minutes, but I just want to mention this because I have been saying this to myself every day. Okay, guys, I've mentioned to you a bunch, like, I've been really working on my faith and just like giving it to the higher power and praying about everything, but literally asking, like, who do I need to serve today? Who do I need to show up for? Like, literally before the Coach Basics call, I said to myself, or I said, like, out loud, I was like, okay, what do they need to hear from me? What can I be of service of, and what do they need to hear? Because when you ask that, you will be given the answer to it. So take action, freaking set big goals. I love that. Set big goals, set the little milestones every single day to get there. Be disciplined and show up every single day. Don't overcomplicate it. It's just the vitals. The most successful coaches are doing the vitals. They're not doing anything. They have nothing special that you don't have. You are your freaking superpower. You have everything in you to succeed. Just freaking do it. Take action. Do something. Do something to move yourself forward every day. Oh, that was so good. Thank you so much, Brandy. Let's take a picture real quick. Shout out to you guys for jumping on and staying on. Quick picture, so smile. Cute. Wait. I didn't get Hope's cute face. Smile one more time. All right. I love you guys so much, and I'm so proud of you. I cannot freaking wait. The next time we talk, Transform 20 will be out. So make sure you are sending invites like a motherfucker this weekend. Like, every single person that follows you should have an invite in their inbox. Every person. And next week, you're going to be even more on fire, because people are going to see you starting, and your passion and your fire is going to be lighting up your Instagram, and people are going to be like, what the fuck is this girl doing? Get your invites out, set time, scheduled time, whenever you need to do it, pockets of time throughout your day, and get the invites out and change some freaking lives. You have a gift to offer. Your life was saved from this. Go share that. I love you guys. I will see you soon, and just freaking keep crushing it. Bye, guys.